Aeronautical's out in the ocean again, headed back over to Catalina, but that's not going to be our last stop. We're going to anchor over at White's Landing around the Hen Rock area tonight, and tomorrow morning early we're going to lift that anchor and we're going to head over to San Clemente Island and anchor at Paradise Cove. I haven't made the trip over there before, so I'm looking forward to it. We're going to be hooking up with Keel Dragger and SV Blew Away over here in White's Landing. Carmen's not with me today. She decided to play hooky and stay home with the dogs, but I do have a crew member on board. Trey is hanging out with us on SV Aeronautical this weekend. He's going to be our deckhand. Later on tonight, we'll meet up with Mark off of Keel Dragger, and we'll get Bill over here from Blew Away and throw some steaks and burgers on the grill. Have a nice night out here, see what we can find. We may even motor down to Avalon for a little bit. So we're motoring because there is absolutely no wind, but what a gorgeous, gorgeous day. Weather is really turns nice out here. We broke out of the fog about halfway across the shipping lanes, and now we're looking at like 75-degree weather, 80-degree weather, nothing but sunshine. Island's in sight. We'll be there in about an hour and a half or so. And there really aren't many other boats following us. I guess everybody else checking out because of the fog this morning. But you can see the fog bank back behind us towards the mainland. It was not thick, but it was definitely there and making it look like kind of a gray, miserable day. And in reality, we have a gorgeous day at the island. So we're looking forward to this. It's going to be an adventure this weekend. It's forecasted to be pretty good sailing weather tomorrow. So we're looking forward to racing the anchor early in the morning and heading over towards San Clemente. I think there's going to be some pretty good sailing along the way, although the sea state might be a little lumpy. Right now they're calling for 5 to 6 foot seas with a pretty short span. I think it was like 7 or 8 seconds, so it might be pretty lumpy going over there, but the winds are going to be good, so we're hoping that it's not quite that bad, and we can make our way over there and find someplace smooth to anchor and sleep the night before a return all the way back to San Pedro on Sunday. We got the sails out. We're only about 45 minutes or so from the anchorage, but we've got enough wind to deploy the sails and play around a little bit. So Trey got to pull the sails out, do a couple of tacks in the boat. Just for reference, Trey has never been on a sailboat before, so new experience for him. What are you thinking, Trey?
It's awesome. I mean, it's a little bit much at first, a lot of knowledge that you gotta just kind of like fire hose of knowledge, but like it seems like once you get that down, then you just let the wind blow you wherever.
Just so everybody knows, Trey is also an airline pilot. He and I work together at the airlines, and as I've said before, sailing and aviation translate very easily. So a lot of the concepts are the same. It's just different terminology that we use. Just made it back from Avalon, and we had quite the sporty trip coming back. The winds turned around on us and it got a little lumpy, and that was a long 20-minute ride back from Avalon. Nice little day trip over to the city, and now we're back over here at Hen Rock, and we see Keel Dragger pulling in. SV Blew Away is already here. We just talked to Bill. He's going to come over here in a little bit and enjoy dinner on Aeronautical. Good morning from White's Landing. We just fired the engines and we're pulling out of the mooring. We are headed to San Clemente Island. Looks like it's going to be a nice day. It's kind of interesting because the NOAA forecast was showing a small craft advisory, but we're just not seeing it on all the other predictive charts. So we're going to go cruise on over and see how it looks. So we have the race of the dueling YouTube channels. That's Keel Dragger coming up along my starboard side. I'll put a link down here below to give you an easy way to get over to his YouTube channel, but he's got a good one. It's really one of the first sailing YouTube channels that I started watching years ago. And now we're out here sailing the Southern California coast together. But yeah, the race of the dueling YouTube channels. And way back in the distance is SV Blew Away. He's bringing up the tail back there. We're going to be joining him and Keel Dragger all the way over to San Clemente on this beautiful, beautiful day. Look at the mountains up there with the sun shining on the top of them. Beautiful. Trey's enjoying himself on board. First experience ever on a sailboat. I think he's going to be buying a boat here in about a week or so. This is what you call low-level formation sailing right here at flight level 0. Nice view of Keel Dragger. What a beautiful boat. All right, everybody's got their sails out. We're only about maybe an hour and a half off of Catalina. We've got about 4 hours to go to San Clemente. And all three boats have their sails out, motors off, doing about 5 knots. So, yeah, so far so good. Seas are relatively smooth, and we're just out enjoying the day. Got the golf game on downstairs, so we're not bored. Nice shot, but nothing but blue seas around us. A little bit of an update. We're probably about an hour from the southern tip of San Clemente Island. Everybody's still got their sails up. We're sailing, but just barely. We're doing about 3 knots on about 6.5 knots of wind, so efficient but very slow. On the other hand, in the distance you can see the island. Looks like it's clear on the north end anyway, a little bit hazy on the south end, but it's in sight. We're making our way. Seas are pretty nice, and everybody's still enjoying the sail. We're going to be heading around the point up there, and then we'll be making a slight turn to starboard and work our way on into the anchorage. Water's really blue out here. Strikingly different from Catalina, actually. Snubber on the anchor, and then we can shut her down and we can relax and enjoy this. All right, we're set. Yeah, waves were crashing pretty good when we came in here, but I think we found a spot that's reasonably calm. All right, let's get the dinghy in the water so we can go get some dinner. All right, dinner's on SB Wheelway tonight. So we're gonna go raid his liquor cabinet, I guess. These are such nice boats. Really nice. Morgan 44. It's the other boat I was shopping for when I was looking for my boat. Really, really nice.
That's pretty cool. Wow.
Very nice boat. Stainless handrails all the way down the side deck. Yeah, this is nice.
You have an extra Pacifico?
All right, happy hour on Blue Away.
Captain's hour.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Yeah, that was nice. Pretty nice cruise.
Mark, you got to do your famous,
Good morning. It's Sunday morning in San Clemente, and I think we're ready to roll. Didn't get any sleep last night because all night long I heard this clunking sound coming from what I thought was the rudder system, and honestly it sounded just like the rudder was loose. Had me really concerned all night long and absolutely could not sleep. So I got up this morning as I was getting the boat ready to weigh anchor and head out with Mark and Bill over there on Blue Away. I crawled into the aft part of the boat to look at the steering quadrant, and apparently what happened was yesterday when we pulled into the anchorage, I went hard over on the rudder to point the boat into the wind before I dropped the anchor, and apparently left it hard over. So all night long, what I was hearing was the steering arm on the rudder post tapping on the rudder stop. There was only about a 1/16 inch gap or so, but all night long I sat there and listened to that thing tapping, and it sounded just like the rudder post was moving back there. So anyway, didn't get any sleep. We've got about a 9-hour sail back to LA, so it's going to be a long day, but I'm getting ready to go up front and weigh anchor and get the show on the road. Isn't that a beautiful sight? It was definitely an adventure coming out to San Clemente, especially after last night, worrying about the rudder all night long, which turned out to be a nothing burger. Blue Away up there in the lead is going to be making a northerly turn here around the point. He's going to go around the west end of Catalina. He keeps that boat up in Marina del Rey, so it's he's hoping to get some more favorable winds by going to the west end of Catalina. We're going to keep our course, go around the east end, because it's basically a straight shot from here to San Pedro. But we're looking at about 9 hours. Should be getting into the slip around 3:30 in the afternoon. Mark's rocking his wind vane up there. It looks like it's working really well. We got the sails up. We're headed back to San Pedro. We'll shut the motor down once we know that the winds are stable enough to keep us moving in the right direction. So Trey's in command of the boat. I'm relaxing and just enjoying the morning. It's always fun to see the dolphin playing when you are out here. Trey has successfully managed to navigate aeronautical back to Catalina Island. We're passing along the east end of the island. Nice little view of it. We have pulled ahead of Keel Dragger. He's probably a quarter mile, half mile behind us. We're hoping that the wind is going to pick up. It died off on us, and we're motor sailing right now, but we're hoping when we get out of the shadow of the island, we'll be able to get some winds, get the sails back out, and sail on into LA. There's a nice view of Avalon as we pass by Catalina Island. See the condos over at Hamilton and the casino. Looks like a beautiful weekend for the people that decided to go there. Some champagne sailing going on now. We finally got out of the shadow of the island. We got the sails up. We're doing a solid 6 knots on about 11 knots of wind, and it is absolutely gorgeous out here today. Beautiful. Look at this. Lots of Coast Guard activity. But we got the sails up and we are moving. You gotta love this kind of a day. Look at this view. How good does that look? Of course, I'm up here breaking my own rules, not having a life jacket on outside the cockpit, but I'll forgive myself today because this is just too nice. This is what summertime in Southern California is supposed to look like. All right, we just reefed the sails in a little bit. Winds are up to 19 knots. I saw 20 a second ago, just barely. Yeah, it's been a fantastic sail coming in. Trey's getting his first taste of real sailing. Looks like the race is on for the entrance to LA Harbor. We're only about a mile and a half out of the gate, and this guy who we had to avoid in the shipping lanes is headed the same spot we're headed. Right behind us is another one cutting off keel dragger in the shipping lanes. He's moving along. We got ships coming from both directions blocking Mark's path, and we got this guy blocking our path. It's a busy day. Trey's getting a little bit of everything on this trip. We had some champagne sailing going on for a while after we passed Catalina, and now we've got some really strong winds. We're showing 24 knots with some gust in there. I haven't been paying attention, but pretty strong gust and nasty seas behind us. So he's getting a taste of a little bit of everything. We're gonna have to see how the debrief goes once we get into this slip. All right, let's see. We're back in the slip. We made it to Catalina. We spent a night at White's. Motored over there pretty much because the winds were so calm. Had a nice dinner over there on our boat, and then weighed anchor the next morning, sailed out to San Clemente Island, anchored at Paradise Cove. Got a little sporty going into the anchorage. We were a little concerned about the waves breaking on the rocks, but we found a decently quiet place. No major mechanical issues, although I thought I had one. Turned out to be nothing. Got up early this morning, 6 a.m., 9.5 hour sail back to San Pedro. We got to motor part of the way, we got to sail part of the way. Beautiful champagne sailing once we crossed past Catalina Island, and then about halfway back, about the area of the shipping lanes, we had to deal with a lot of cargo ship traffic. Then we got into some really heavy winds, heavy seas, big time sailing coming in. It was gusting to 28, 29, wind blown waves, swells, the whole bit. It was sporty coming in. But we made it into the slip, so I'm just kind of curious, what do you think of your first trip on a sailboat?
I mean, coming with no context, it was cool. I saw a lot of everything. Basically, going out there, I had no idea what to expect. But seeing how, you do things, how just talking through all the different scenarios we were in, and like why you decided to do what you did.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool. Just kind of like learning all the big picture stuff, and then basically every kind of weather except for a storm.
Yeah, pretty much.
But no, it was great. It was great to see it just as an introduction, like 'cause we went pretty far.
Yeah, it was a healthy trip for a first time on a sailboat. Getting 90 miles out, 80, 90 miles out. that's significant. So yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. So how soon you buying a sailboat?
I realize I need a lot more experience before I need to try to take that on. After seeing that guy get whipped around right before the gate because of all the help steer, I'm like, yeah, I should probably get some more experience. I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah, we saw quite a few guys wrestling with the weather out there, and clearly some of those boats don't have a lot of experience sailing in heavy weather, and they were definitely battling the elements coming in. But yeah, so we're back in the slip. It's another week done on aeronautical. We're going to be heading out again on Wednesday. We're going to have my daughter on board, and we're going to go have some fun. So hopefully we can get this video out there quick, and we'll have another one coming shortly after that. So I hope you enjoyed it.